Hello everyone, it's Video Toggle Live here with a new video. Today, this is part 17 of me building a city. In this video, I'm going to be finishing off the modern Starbucks from last video. Then I'm going to be building a boxing arena. So let's get into it.
When it comes to the rest of the back is simply going to be oak planks, so there's not too much more to say about that. That's all we have to do, just like this. And then here on the left side, this is where it is a little bit different as well. So we can split the middle again, and then on the right side, so the closest to the front, we're going to have the same window, so once again just 2 rows of glass, and then above it we're just, again, we're not going to add shutters. You can if you want, but that's completely up to you. I might test it out a little bit later, see if it looks goofy, but I actually like the fact that the front is different than the sides, but again, it's kind of all personal preference, all this stuff. I'm going to add a row of oak planks here, connecting the front and the back together. And then I'm going to have glass on the left and right, just 2 rows of 2 glass, and then oak planks directly above, just like this. And then that is that. This is going to be a little drive-through area, and just kind of give you an idea, I'm going to have a row of oak planks that extends from the front to the back. We're going to have an upside-down oak wood stair on the front and the back of this row, just like this. And then I'm going to join it together using a row of oak slabs, and it's just kind of like a cool little wood stair on the front and the back of this row, just like this. And then I'm going to join it together using a row of oak slabs, and it's just kind of like a cool little wall. I really like it. It's kind of like a nice modern solution for a wall. I'm going to have a row of 3 dug out in between the front and the back of the building, and ultimately this is going to be a little row. It's not like a speaker box or anything like that because it's just coffee, but basically it's just a little mini drive-through. You don't even have to add this if you don't want to, that's completely up to you. So now that we have done that, I want to add oak wood slabs all the way around the top of the build. So these oak wood slabs are going to sit directly on top of the oak planks that we have, and then we're going to extend these slabs forwards 1 row on the front of the build, and also on the back of the build as well, so extending forwards and backwards on the front and the back, just like this. That's perfect. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to extend the top of the entrance area. So the entrance area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows thick. I don't know I don't know quite how far to extend it, okay? So the thing is, with it being 6 rows, we can extend it back an additional 3. But will that look a bit too thick? So just to give you 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, just like this, right? So, is that too much? I don't know. Is it such a minor little detail that it doesn't even matter that which way we go? Like, is it even important? I don't know, but I'm going to fill the top of it in with glass just in case I want to have a little skylight inside the building. That's very, very possible. So, now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, I suppose that it's time for us to add some finer details to the build. So, what are we going to be needing? It'd be good if we could actually do some flooring. So, smooth stone, grey concrete. After that, we're going to want to add seats, quartz stairs, scaffolding, spruce pressure plates, add a little bit more detail, brown glazed terracotta, flower pot, oak sapling, lantern. We don't have a door. Why don't we have doors on us? It's okay. There's another thing that I kind of want to grab as well later on that we don't quite have as well. Step 1. I'm going to fill in this road area. So these 3 rows earlier that I knocked down, destroyed, told you it's going to be a road, it's now a road. Perfect. So that would obviously connect behind to an additional road or a car park, or it would loop around the edge of the store. It would connect somewhere in your city. The rest of the area in front of Starbucks is going to be dug out, and I'm going to replace it with smooth stone. Great contrast material for everything that we've got going on, but in addition to that, it's mostly it's the pavement material that I have for my city. So with it being my pavement material, it just helps the build to blend in a little bit. I'm sorry that I keep stuttering a little bit. It's just because I'm trying my best to place these blocks and maneuver between everything that I've already placed, but we've just solved that problem. So the reason that I'm using the smooth stone is just because it's mostly what I've used for my pavement material in my city, so it just helps to blend and integrate the Starbucks into the city. So if we weren't building something in such a large row and we had stuff stacked next to each other and actually built into like squares and little retail parks and all sorts of other possibilities that we could have with our Starbucks, then it would help it blend in, even if it was just on a city high street, something like that. The entrance, I'm going to have lanterns left and right hanging above where the entrance door will be, and I'm going to have a brown glazed terracotta on the left side of the entrance flower pot with a sapling inside of it. Side note, so we never have to grab this again, I also want to have a similar decoration inside here. So this is just going to be on the left, it's going to be glazed terracotta flower pot, oak sapling just like this, and might even have a lantern hanging above it later, but we can't add that now. So I think it makes it just look, it just kind of looks fancy, and I like the brown and the cyan, the colours of the block. I don't quite often use brown glazed terracotta. Let's add some seating. So seating, you can kind of add this wherever you want. So like in front of this window, I'm going to have a little double table. So that's basically just scaffolding with spruce pressure plates on top with seats either side. It lines up with the window perfectly. And as a matter of fact, it's like directly in front of the window, if that makes sense. All the way over here, we can have seating laid out in a different manner. So if we leave a gap of one between the wall, because I think, yeah, the wall will grip onto the chair if we place it. Scaffolding opposite side. Of course, there's the opposite side of that. I'm going to have a little table. I want to be able to maneuver around these. So if you can see how I've placed this right. So I just want a little single table. You could add another seat if you wanted to, but I like a single table, and then we can actually like maneuver around these and it makes sense. I'm going to place some spruce pressure plates on top of the tables, but equally so you could add lanterns or flower pots or anything that you might think is a good decoration for the table. So now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, there is two materials that I said that I wanted to add, right? So but actually it doesn't make sense to work on that until we've done the last thing that we need to do outside, minus the door. We have to do the Starbucks side. I'm going to admit it to you, not my favourite. You guys know how I feel about banners, so unfortunately I am going to be going through this rather quickly, but Minecraft letters are very intuitive, so I'm sorry if this is a bit fast, but this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to crack open this loop, I'm going to place a fresh banner in there, load it.
I'll make the sign now.
With the white dye, I don't think that we ever need green dye, although I might be wrong about that. I hope that I'm not. And let's start the first letter. So the first letter is S. Horizontal row of white dye across the top. Grab it, put it back in. Horizontal row of white across the bottom. Grab it, put it back in. Diagonal row, top left corner to bottom right corner. Boom, we have our S. That's actually multifunctional. We get to use that twice. Lucky us. Let's place a brand new banner in here, and we'll have a horizontal row of white across the top, vertical row of white straight down the middle. That's our T. Perfect. we have to make an A, so that's a brand new banner. You know what, I actually did that. Let's repeat it. We have to make an A, so horizontal row of white across the top, vertical row of white on the right side, and the left side, and also straight through the middle as well. And then we have our A. Grab a brand new banner, and we have to make an R. So horizontal row of white across the top, vertical row of white on the left side, diagonal row of white top left corner to bottom right corner. There we have our R. One of the easier letters in the game to make, B. Horizontal row of white across the top, horizontal row of white across the bottom, horizontal row of white straight through the middle, vertical row of white on the right side, and then we have a backwards E, so we then have to add the vertical row of white on the left side as well. B. Now we just have to make a thus. Easy. K. Let's diagonal, bottom left to top right, boom, there you've got K. And there we have Asterbook. I don't know how the A ended up there. Asterbook. So basically, the Starbucks sign is going to start from here, just underneath the roof on the right side. It's going to go from left to right. S-T-A-R-B-U-C-K-S. Easy peasy. Starbucks. If you want, you can even... There is actually a Starbucks banner, which I might provide a link to in the comment section if I remember. If not, easy Google search Minecraft Starbucks banner. There is actually a Starbucks logo banner that you can make, although the issue with that is that it wouldn't be quite centered anywhere on the building. So, like, for instance, like, banners are only one row thick, right? There's nowhere to put it in the middle, but again, it's up to you for placing. I'm sure you can find somewhere to place it maybe here or something, you know, if you wanted to. So, last two things that we've got to do before we start moving on to some serious interior renovation. We have to grab a door. Can't believe I didn't have it already. Dark oak door. I hope that I remember to grab one. If not, you only need one of them. I hope I remember to put in the item list. If not, you only need one of them, is what I meant to say. And terracotta, very important. We need cyan terracotta. This is going to be for the floor. I'm almost certain that I'll remember to put in the item list. So I'm going to replace where the door would go with the cyan terracotta. Chuck a dark oak door on there. That's perfect. And then all that is left. And I'm noticing we've got to do the ceiling too. There is no ceiling here. So I'm going to replace all of the floor using cyan terracotta, not a usual interior material for me. Fun fact, before concretes were a thing, this is what I actually used for a road material, so it's actually a little bit weird for me to be using it inside, so it actually goes really nicely though. Like it turns out to be a very modern floor. I mean, the entire design of this is modern indeed. I mean, the shape of the building, the interior is quite modern as well. I think it's nice and open and airy, very clean feeling. And I'm realising I don't quite know where to put the ceiling, but I'm going to find out very briefly once I've added this floor. Because we're probably placing it in the wrong place. It shouldn't be that hard to work out though. So once we have added the floor, perfect, where will the ceiling go? Well, it depends how much space we want to have inside of our Starbucks. So I think that a nice respectable 3 rows of working space is enough, right? So if we have 3 rows of working space, and I'm going to make the ceiling black concrete. The only thing is if we want to make a feature out of the skylight that we have above the entrance to let some natural light in. The only downside, I would say, to making the inside of the restaurant, I suppose it is a restaurant, right? I mean, it's kind of, they serve food. I mean, what's the criteria for restaurant? Like food and drink, regardless, coffee shop, however you want to say it, doesn't matter. The thing is, like, I do quite like having, like, this nice open space, and the downside of having it dark inside of our store is that, obviously, we've got to add a lot of external light. We do have some light coming in through the windows, but we have to add quite a lot of lanterns otherwise it does feel quite dark in here. But I think with the skylight and with the windows and with all the lanterns that we're going to add, I'm actually quite happy leaving it at that. Another thing that I want to do is I need to seal up the ceiling, or seal up the roof, I should say. So I'm thinking with the roof, honestly, I might add another row of cyan terracotta. I didn't plan for this, but it's actually one of those things where it's inconsequential. The only person it really should matter to is you. Like, what colour do you want to fill the roof in with, and how? I'm thinking cyan terracotta, just like this, just to have like integrate a material into the build quite nicely. I think that looks really cool. That's all the way up to the top, and then we maintain our skylight here, which I like. Let's add all of the black concrete inside the build before we swap over our materials. So this is a drive-through window. It doesn't have to be. You can actually seal this up if you want, or turn it into a window if you don't like it. But I'm going to have a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black concrete extending across from this corner. Gap of 1, 1, 2 black concrete, join it back to the window. Perfect. Along this back wall here, I'm going to leave a gap of 1 between this black concrete here, and I'm going to place a row of 1, 2, 3 black concrete. I'm going to leave another gap of 1, and then I'm going to place a vertical row of oak wood planks from the floor to the ceiling. In addition to that, I'm going to do the same thing in between these windows, and the same thing over here on the front as well. I'm going to join these oak planks from the floor to the ceiling, just like this. Not the same thing over here. I want to have a little bit of glass. I want to have like a little walk around area here. So I'm going to have a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 black concrete built into the floor. And then I'm going to grab some black stained glass paint, place it on top of the black concrete like this, and then we can walk around this, and this is just going to be where you would order your coffee, grab some food, stuff like that. Now, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, we are pretty much at the point where I don't think that we can add too much else. Actually, there is one thing that we can use: our scaffolding and our spruce pressure plates and our lanterns. So there's going to be a few tables. There's one table in between this window here, in the middle of this window here, and there's going to be a table here and here. So in the middle of these windows, the end corner of Starbucks. And then I'm going to have lanterns hanging from the ceiling above the scaffolding, and then spruce pressure plates. I think I called that spruce pressure plates. That's hard to say for some reason. On top of the scaffolding. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about as far as we can go with these materials. So I'm going to get rid of all of these, and I'm going to grab a whole new bunch. Okay, so I've grabbed everything that we're going to be needing, and here it is. So to start off with, I'm going to grab glass paint, smooth quartz stairs, item frames, bread, cake, pumpkin pie, cookies.
Bread, cake, pumpkin pie, a biscuit.
Sugar, cocoa beans. And first of all,
we need some sugar and some cocoa beans.
I'm going to place glass paint all the way around the edge of this counter. I'm going to place upside down smooth quartz stairs behind it. And then on this counter, a mix of cake and item frames containing all sorts of goodies that you might want. As easy as that. A mix of cake and item frames containing all sorts of goodies that you might possibly want. As easy as that. So, where else do we want item frames? We want item frames above this row of 3 black concrete here, and also just to the right of it, extending towards the alcove. Inside here, I'm just going to place a load of cocoa beans to represent coffee. On this counter, I'm also going to add an item frame with sugar inside of it. So, I think I can dump these materials for now, and we can grab brewing stands, flower pots, levers, tripwire hook, white carpet, green carpet.
Flower pot, lever, tripwire hook, white carpet, and some green carpet, spruce stairs.
Spruce wood stairs, spruce wood slabs, and cauldron. So I'm going to place a cauldron directly to the right. That is going to be a bin. And on the counter behind the counter, I'm going to place a couple of brewing stands, flower pots. Above the flower pots, I'm going to place tripwire hooks, and above the brewing stands, ladders. It just looks like a coffee area. It just looks like an area where you can brew drinks and dispense them. So, I want to have a little bit of a rug situation. This is going to be one row away from the row of 3 black concrete. And by the way, these black concretes, you can place some more flower pots to represent cups. And I'm going to have kind of like a mishmash of green and white carpet, just like this. So basically, this is going to cover the area between the counter and between this little walkway where you would have to wait. And I think that this is quite a nice, clean, open, and charming area now. So now that we've done that, we can move on to the other side of the coffee shop, to which we want to have a rather long table. The rather long table, as it is known, RLT, is going to start here between this pair of oak planks, and it's literally in the middle. It's the middle of the saw. You can see that hopefully. And we're going to extend a row of spruce wood slabs. It's going to be a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. And then on the end of this, we want to have another. Yeah, perfect. We want to have another upside down stair. I'm going to take the middle of the shop here, and I'm going to have like a spruce wood slab, gap, spruce wood slab, spruce wood slab, just like this. It's just like a little way to break up the store, and it just looks like a modern wall decoration of some sort. So now that we've done that, I'm going to grab, and we don't need to do too much more beyond this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Polished black stone stairs, painting, end rod, and honestly, you're going to want a solid block. A cauldron will actually do, but anything solid, planks, whatever. Okay. You can also, if you want, grab some flower pots as well. But basically, I want to add some seats onto the table we have in the middle here. Want to add a couple of flower pots. You can also, if you want, grab some flower pots as well. But basically, I want to add some seats onto the table we have in the middle here. Want to add a couple of flower pots just as drinks. And then I'm going to have end rods. So the end rods are going to be placed in such a way that leaving a gap on the ends here, we have end rods. So it has so worked out that the flower pots are actually like that the flower pots were directly underneath the end rods. That makes it look like some sort of weird dispensing system. It's not. That was just a random coincidence, I guess. So now that we've done that, all we're going to do, we also have to place the chairs or the tables. So it doesn't matter how you do this exactly, except for the fact that, not every single table even needs multiple chairs either, by the way, and they don't have to be placed right next to the table either. So what I mean by that, of course, is like here you can see that this has been pushed down, this one's close together, this one's close together, but you could even leave this one off. If you want, it could just be a single table. You could even have a flower pot here. So what I mean by that, of course, is like here you can see that this has been pushed down. This one's close together. This one's close together. But you could even leave this one off if you want. It could just be a single table. You could even have a flower pot here. It's up to you. A flower pot, a plant pot, kind of like this one, if you wanted to. I did say earlier that we could even place a lantern with this plant pot, which I guess we can't because there's nothing to place it onto. My bad. That was in the original design in which I didn't have the skyline, but I actually prefer the skyline. So what can we do from here, you might be wondering to yourself. Paintings. I want to add a load of paintings. I only need 4 of them in total. They're basically going to be placed, and we only want 1x1 paintings next to the alcove area. Just like this.
No. Are we gonna...
Don't want any repeats. Don't want any repeats. I'm gonna say that one more time. I don't want any repeats. There we go, perfect. And then we should have a nice finished coffee shop, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very happy with this. It feels nice and modern. It just feels like everything has its place in here. I really like it. So this is what your Starbucks should look like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen.
finished my Starbucks. So, it's time, guys. It's time to build the last build of this video. We are going to build a boxing arena.
Candace is wondering, is it worth getting the Cold Zap? There's great Christmas savings, exclusive app offers, and you can find when your faves are on special. Merry Christmas, Janice. Great value, hands down, in the Cold Zap.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a boxing arena. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Watch until the very end of the video to see where we place our boxing arena in our city. This is the amount of space required to make the boxing arena. And here are...
So we've got slab, the end rod, polished blackstone pressure plate. Then we need smooth quartz slab. Oh yeah, I don't think I've mentioned this. We're gonna grab the materials. I'm gonna grab the materials that I need to build in the boxing arena with. I think I got the right set of materials. Yep, I did.
All of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 10 light blue concrete in a row on the ground.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend backwards by 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then extend across and join back to where we very first started. Then add a layer of red concrete along the inside of the light blue concrete square that we've just made. Then fill the center of this in using smooth quartz slab. Then place 2 black concrete with a polished blackstone pressure plate on top of each one of the 4 corners of the ring. Then connect all of the rows of black concrete together by placing 2 rows of end rods extending across and in between every single pair of black concretes.
Oh boy. We have to place some end rods now, which are very tricky to place if you're on PlayStation. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Oh, Jesus. And there, boom. And they got this side and the front of it to do. Oh, Jesus. No. Yep. 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 Jesus. Yep. 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 And then he, yep. 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 Okay, just gonna have to... Man, I don't like placing end rods. They're so tricky to place. Especially because, look. Look! They're so hard to destroy. Because of the bloomin'... Will they ever fix end rods? But anyway, we finished. I think it's the netting on the boxing ring thingy.
On the front and back of the ring, I am going to place a set of stairs that would allow us to walk up and into the ring. Like this, kind of a diagonally placed from each other. And lastly, I'm also going to place light blue banners hanging off of the sides of the ring as well, in between the stairs. Perfect. Next, we are going to do 2 entire rows around the ring. And replace those rows with smooth. We then want to place a row of...
We have to grab some new stuff. Oh, sorry, I have to grab some new stuff now, so... Smooth stone. We also need some black glass block. Stone brick wall. Smooth stone slab. Then black concrete. And naught blocks.
Stairs along the straight sides of the ring. So these are placed along the outsides of the smooth stone rows and parallel to the sides of the ring, as I said. It kind of sounds complicated, but if you have a look at it like this, it's really simple. We then want to place 2 rows of a block of iron directly behind each set of stairs. And on top of the second row of iron, place an additional row of stairs. The end result will look like this. However, we aren't finished, as we want to have a corner set of seating in each one of the 4 corners. And the way that we place this is very simple. Come to one of the corners and leave a gap of 1 from the 2 sets of stairs. Place a warped stair and then join them together in the centre like this. Add 2 rows of block of iron behind these stairs and then an additional row of wood stairs on top of the second row of iron, just like this. And we want to do this in each one of the 3 remaining corners. Seating areas complete, we now want to dig and remove the grass in between all of these sets of seats and an additional 2 rows further out from the seating as well. So remove the space in between and then 1, 2 rows further. You'll see why in a second. Next, we want to place blue concrete directly behind the back rows of seating, so behind the blocks of iron and the warped stairs. Make sure to connect the blue concrete together in the corner. We are going to add an advertising screen on each one of the 4 sides of the arena. To do this, come to the center. The flat part of the blue concrete wall, and starting on the left side, place 2 black glass extending it, then a note block, 4 black concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, note block, and then 2 black glass. Then simply extend up each one of those individual blocks. And there we go. You can add a painting to this. So the painting that we want to add is this one specifically. 2 people fighting. Boxing arena, 2 people fighting. It kind of makes sense. Anyway, we want to do the exact same thing 3 more times for each one of the 3 remaining sides.
You hungry, little guy?
And once again, it is up to you whether you want to leave this blank, or if you do want to add the painting, then I will leave that choice up to you. I kind of like a mix of both. It's completely personal choice though, so. Anyway, with that complete, we can now place 2 rows of glass connecting each one of the 4 sides together. So simply extend the glass on top of the blue concrete of the arena and just join together over each one of the individual entrances / exits. Next, we are going to add a row of blue concrete that sits above and outside each one of the 4 sides of the arena. And we are not going to have the blue concrete connect together in the corners, so it's going to have a much more of a curve effect. Not much of one, but it is noticeable. And we also want to have 2 rows of blue concrete in total, so once you figure that out, throw another layer on top. Next, place a layer of smooth stone slabs that sits above and outside the rows of blue concrete. These smooth stone slabs want to connect together in the corners, so again it's accentuating that sort of circular-ish shape that we have for the top of the arena. Last but not least, we are going to place black glass along the inside of the 2 rows of blue concrete that we have just placed, and then we will fill the roof in. Which is incredibly simple. All you've got to do is just connect that entire top layer of glass together. There we go. Perfect. Next, we want to find...
Okay. I'm going to grab some more stuff. Okay. I'm going to need some stone, oak leaves, podzol, ferns, blackstone wool, some beacons. And then I am going to need some polished blackstone slabs.
Each one of the 8 entrances and add a 2x2 square of blue concrete left and right of said entrance. Notice how these smooth stone lines up perfectly. I told you guys that you'd find out why we did that later. And then, all we have to do is place 2 stone brick wall above each outer edge of the entrance, extending up and connecting to the smooth stone slabs. And we've just got to repeat this 7 more times.
Since this is fairly easy to do, guys, I'm just going to do this on my own. Now this is the part of the video where I'm gonna not be speaking because I'm concentrating in order to get this done. Of course I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna take my time and ensure that I get every part right. Bam, bam. There we go, done it.
Next, add oak leaves to each one of the 4 corners of the arena, joining each one of the entrances/exits together. Then, dig 2 entire rows around the arena. One entrances.
Oh, it's on the corners. Okay, I see. So we don't need these. No, this. We have to do it for all the 4 corners. Okay, I see. There we go.
Exits together. Then, dig 2 entire rows around the arena. Whilst you are extending around, remove the grass block in between the centre sections of the arena as well. Like here, for example. And then replace all of that with smooth stone, including the centre sections as well. Next, we are going to remove an additional layer of grass on the corners of the arena that coincide with the shape of the leaves, like this. Then add ferns to the... I should mention, remove that, replace it with podzol, and then place ferns on top of the podzol. Then, in the corners, place 2 polished blackstone wall on top of the corner block, beacon on top of that, and then the polished blackstone the slab. Or, what I also really like as well, this is optional, is a polished Blackstone pressure plate. I think I might prefer the black pressure plate, but you might prefer the more substantiability of the slab. I'll leave that up to you. Regardless, we have to do this for each one of the 3 remaining corners.
Okay. Fairly easy. One, two, beacon, and then we go up one.
Substantiability might also not be a word. It sounds like it. Next, we are going to do rows around everything that we need, and we will also remove this extra row of glass one between all of those excellent contours. We then want to replace all of that empty space with smooth stone. I would actually personally consider the arena/tutorial complete at this point, but Some of you may also want to add some parking around the arena, so this part is for you. On each one of the 4 sides of the arena, dig and remove a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blocks in the ground coinciding with the corner row of parts. This sounds very convoluted, but hopefully it's quite easy to see what we're doing here. Replace that row with white concrete, and then dig 3 rows inwards, 1, 2, 3, and replace those rows with grey concrete powder. And then another row of white concrete, 3 more rows of powder, a row of white concrete, 3 more rows of powder, and then a final row of white concrete. We will then want to dig and remove 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and replace those with smooth stone, and then repeat the previous pattern. So white concrete, 3 grey concrete powder, white concrete, 3 grey concrete powder, white concrete, 3 grey concrete powder, and then this will take us to the other corner of Palmton. So, we then remove all of these rows, numerous as they are, and simply extend each material all the way to the edge of the grid, or to the edge of the hole as we've done. And in completing this, we now have six car park spots and a footpath in the centre as well. And we will do this on each one of the 4 sides. Well, technically 3 remaining sides. We've already done it once, so... Next, in each one of the four corners of the remaining empty space, we want to place a row of oak leaves in between the pair of car parking spots, and then another row of oak leaves in the front. Then remove the empty space surrounding this and replace it with one shot. And then add a layer of poppies around the inside. And that's it. We are going to do this in each one of the three remaining sides, and that will be that.
Okay. Fairly easy, surprisingly.
And with that final detail, we have officially completed the tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now add our boxing arena into our city. This is the second large sports-related build that we don't have an amazing place for in the city. The only place that I can think to put it that just isn't completely out of the way is just after the bridge, opposite our Wendy's. Now, this does slightly interfere with the train, but we can definitely work around this in the future. I think that this is a pretty decent place to put it, and it's still part of the city. And that's it. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Alright guys, we have finished the 2 builds in this video. And yeah, normally I would do integration, but here's the thing. There is so much integration I have to do because I didn't get a chance to do it in the last video. So yeah, I don't want to drag on this video for a bit too long, so I'm going to do it off camera. I'm going to I'm going to integrate the dominoes, the boxing arena, and the modern Starbucks. And then, yeah, I'll figure out and plan out some more builds to build in the next few videos. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do remember to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so don't miss a video from me or a live stream from me. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.